Like, Caitlin Clark spent 20 minutes signing autographs. She made her way 2/3 of the arena. She signed literally hundreds of autographs. And if you guys didn't see that game today, there were as many Fever fans as there were Sky fans.
The moment the WNBA has been trying to decode for a year just stormed into Chicago like a headline hurricane. Flashing cameras, autograph chaos, and another shattered attendance record in its wake. And the wild part? The real story wasn't even what happened between the lines. But since we're here, the Indiana Fever didn't just win. They ran the Chicago Sky out of their own building 93-78. Statement made. Crowd stunned. Timeline in flames.
So once again, the god Caitlin Clark came and bricked Barbie's house, scraped her goofy ass even on her off day, and took over her arena signing autographs. You see, Black Clan, this is what the face of the league looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Caitlin Clark, everybody wanting to get a signature of the most electrifying woman in women's basketball, man. Bricklayer.
No, this wasn't just a game. This was something way more poetic and way more brutal for hometown pride. This was about Caitlin Clark walking into the United Center, the house that Angel Reese calls home, not even in uniform, not even healthy, groin injury and all, and still being the main event. She didn't drop 30. She didn't hit logo threes. She didn't even leave the bench. And somehow, the arena buzzed like she did. That's not just star power. That's takeover energy without touching the floor. Chicago came to defend its crown. Instead, the spotlight packed its bags and followed Clark anyway.
Happened to Miss Angel Reese. She's all in Indiana during All-Star, and her Reebok campaign, come to your trap, take over your trap. What happened to that? Because it looked like Caitlin Clark went to Chicago and took the city over. It looked like she took the city over. She took your trap over. Caitlin Clark, it was more fans running. They was running down on Caitlin Clark like she was Michael Jordan.
Angel Reese is out with a back injury. Caitlin Clark is sidelined with a groin strain, 4 straight games in sweats. And yet when the Indiana Fever bus pulled into Chicago, it felt less like a road trip and more like a royal procession. They moved this game to the 20,000-seat United Center, a venue upgrade meant to showcase the league's biggest draw in the WNBA. But before the opening tip, before warm-ups, before a single dribble echoed through the arena, it was already Clark's show. The building turned into a full-blown autograph convention. Cameras flashing, kids screaming, fans lined up like it was a once-in-a-lifetime appearance. 2 injured stars, 0 minutes played, and somehow the loudest roar of the night belonged to the player in street clothes. That's not hype. That's gravity.
And the Fever played the Chicago Sky on Barbie Night, of which Angel Reese was not in the game. She is who Barbie Night is pretty much named after, but she is out with a back injury. As a matter of fact, many of their players are out. Mariah Jefferson is out. Haley Van Lith is out. Again, Angel Reese is out. So this game, in my mind, was pretty much a lock. And I gotta say, it was not the funnest game. And the fact that the Chicago Sky even brought it back, they were just killing them by the first half.
If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe, because what happened next was unreal. Caitlin Clark in Chicago wasn't basketball domination. It was basketball domination without playing basketball. Inside the United Center, Clark spent 20 full minutes walking the sidelines, signing autographs like it was a championship parade. Not a quick wave. Not a polite handful. We're talking 2/3 of the arena, section by section, row by row. And when security tried to guide her toward the tunnel like she was just another inactive player, she kept going. Because superstars don't rush moments like that. They understand them. No points, no stat line, no minutes logged, and somehow, still the most dominant presence in the building. That's aura. That's gravity. That's knowing exactly who you are and letting the arena feel it.
Estoy bien nerviosa.
And here's the part that flips the whole hierarchy conversation upside down. These weren't traveling Indiana Fever fans making noise on the road. This was Chicago, in the United Center, on Angel Reese's home floor. And the crowd? scrambling for Caitlin Clark's autograph like it was the last signature on earth. Think about that. Home fans, home arena, home star sidelined. And still, the loudest energy in the building was orbiting the visiting player in street clothes. One fan even tried to get Clark to sign Chicago Sky gear, and she politely declined. No drama, no scene, just standards. Injured, on the bench, 0 minutes played, and somehow still dictating the temperature of the entire arena. That's not just popularity, that's pecking order being rewritten in real time.
Later, you can never do this in Indiana or in any arena, cause we don't come to see you, bricklaying sloth. Caitlin Clark is the official owner of Chicago, man. It's time that y'all build a Caitlin Clark statue in Chicago in front of the Chicago Sky Arena, man. Because Clark just comes over and takes over the arena with all the dozens and dozens of people, boys, girls, everybody wanting to see the God, Caitlin Clark, ladies and gentlemen.
She was signing jerseys, basketballs, posters, anything fans could reach over the railing for nearly half an hour. Caitlin Clark wasn't playing, but she was performing, moving section to section inside the United Center like the night itself revolved around her. Calm, smiling, unrushed, like someone who understands that her presence alone is the show. Meanwhile, Angel Reese was sidelined with a back injury, and her home crowd was losing its mind over her biggest rival, who couldn't even lace up. And while the spotlight lived on the bench, the scoreboard told its own story. Kelsey Mitchell exploded for 35 points, 7 threes, her 100th career 20-point game, her 9th 30-piece, and her 200th career steal, climbing the franchise ranks behind only Tamika Catchings in 20-point performances. So yes, Clark owned the energy, Mitchell owned the stat sheet, and Chicago? They had front row seats to both.
Mitchell was just on another level today, man. Oh my goodness, I'm talking about the hustle, the steal, the drive, the shot making, the making the threes, fam. It was just really a dominant performance from her, man. Really looking like one of those superstars. All right, she looked like a pure superstar today, man. However you want to chalk it up. All right, had 35 points. 35 points.
This wasn't just a hot shooting night. This was Kelsey Mitchell sending a message. While the basketball world obsesses over Caitlin Clark's every step, every warm-up shot, every autograph, Mitchell has been stacking receipts. Quietly, efficiently. Like a veteran who doesn't need the spotlight, but knows exactly what to do when it hits her. That's what makes the Indiana Fever dangerous. They have layers. Clark bends the gravity of the arena. Mitchell bends the defense. She's the perfect complement. A seasoned scorer who can carry the load, torch you for 35 and make it look routine. The kind of guard most teams would build around. Indiana just happens to pair her with a phenomenon. On the other side, the Chicago Sky, without their sideline star Angel Reese, managed just 78 points on a brutal 32.1% shooting night. They coughed up 23 turnovers. Indiana turned those into 31 points. From 3? A painful 20%. It wasn't just a loss. It felt heavy. And when your arena is buzzing for the opposing superstar, even one in street clothes, you have to wonder, does that noise creep into your head? Because this didn't feel like just a basketball gap. It felt psychological.
The Chicago Sky getting their asses blown out by 40, it's just another shining example of the delusion that runs through the WNBA. Like, some players in the WNBA really truly believe that they play basketball on like skill on par level as men in the NBA. These women in the WNBA are a Bush League junior varsity high school basketball team. It would be one thing if like you're shooting and your shots just weren't falling and your percentage was just like low for the night. But this is just absolutely an embarrassing display of what is described as the best of the best level of basketball.
What happened in Chicago on July 27th wasn't about a box score. It was about a power shift. Inside the United Center, this wasn't just a regular season game. It was a live case study in what it means to be a draw in modern sports. Caitlin Clark's jersey isn't just selling. It's the second best-selling basketball jersey in America, trailing only Stephen Curry. Not second in the WNBA, Second, basketball. Her merchandise reportedly triggered a 1,000% year-over-year spike in player-specific WNBA gear sales. Games featuring Clark average around 1.17 million viewers, nearly triple other league matchups. Indiana Fever home games? Roughly 16,800 fans per night, almost double the attendance of non-Fever matchups. When she plays in cities like Atlanta or Washington, crowds don't just grow, they explode. Atlanta jumps from roughly 3,000 to over 17,000. Washington from under 5,000 to more than 20,000. But Chicago was different. Because this time, she didn't even play. This was Clark proving her influence isn't about geography. It's not about team colors. It's not even about availability. She turned a 20,000-seat arena in her rival's hometown into a personal meet and greet, in street clothes, nursing a groin injury. No minutes, no stat line, no highlight reel, and still the gravitational center of the entire night. That's not hype. That's transformation.